President Joe Biden pardoning his son Hunter Biden is a twist worthy of a Netflix finale or the political irony Olympics, if you will. So what does this mean for justice, politics, and hypocrisy? In this video, we're going to break down the details and what it says about the state of America today. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, come on. We all knew Joe Biden was going to pardon Hunter. It was about as surprising as a politician breaking a campaign promise. But Joe, bless his heart, lied about it anyway. Now, why? Because he knew the Democrat-loving legacy media would play along, acting like there was ever a snowball's chance in July that Hunter wasn't getting that pardon. Let's be real. The legacy media has been riding shotgun on every Democrat scam for the last 30 years. It's practically their side hustle. This is the same Hunter Biden who's been hopping from one federal courthouse to another like it's his full-time job. The same guy facing a slew of felony charges for guns, drugs, and taxes. And now, he's been handed the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card, courtesy of Dad. Joe put him above the law. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, come on, it's his kid. Yes, but he politicized the fact that he wasn't going to pardon him. Let's rewind for a second. Remember when Joe Biden stood at that podium this summer and swore that he wouldn't pardon his son? Oh, how times have changed. Now we're left wondering, was this an act of compassion or the latest abuse of presidential power? So here we have some video where the administration is just plain up lying about it. Give it a watch.
Second one, would the president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
Okay. Let me go back to the first question of the briefing. I know you said not a lot's changed since yesterday and that it's a personal matter, but from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
Again, you've also said several times that the president would not pardon or commute sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no. And I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
And so now we have Joe the man himself.
That you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Here's the actual pardon that Biden signed. Today, I signed a pardon for my son, Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making. And I kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. Without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. What about taking a man to federal court from a state prosecutor over documents charges, Joe? Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. Actually, I remember that the prosecutor, the U.S. attorney that Joe Biden made sure got the case through such a fluff case deal, a sweetheart deal at Hunter, that the judge shot it down. That's why all this happened. He continues, the charges in his cases came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then a carefully negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's cases. Actually, it would not have been. It would not have been. It was also in there that any future crimes or anything else that he had done that they find out illegal would have been part of the pardon. No reasonable person, where'd we hear that before? James Comey? No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. So now he's a hero because he's finally joined the human race. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. Really? What about you guys? You stepped it up from lawfare to assassination attempts. For my entire career, I have followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. Oh, my goodness. He just spent 4 years lying every other word out of his mouth. They'll be fair-minded. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process, and it led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision. Guys, it's remarkable the way he sees things. He says that he thinks that he should tell the American people the truth. Are you kidding me? This man lied so much that it denies belief in a benevolent being. Now, Hunter's year in court has been, shall we say, colorful. In June, he was nailed with 3 felony firearms charges, including falsifying info on a federal firearms form. You know, the one where he boldly claimed that he wasn't a drug addict, despite in his own memoir, he had said that he was smoking crack every 20 minutes during that time period. It was a move so ballsy, it almost demands applause. Almost. Tax troubles? Yeah. Hunter had them. He owed $1.4 million in unpaid taxes and faced 9 different charges, from felonies to misdemeanors. And just as the jury selection began, he surprised everyone with a guilty plea. Now, why? Because, as he put it, his family had been through enough. It was touching, wasn't it? Except he didn't mention the part where he knew that Dad was going to swoop in and save the day, regardless of what he told the world. And here's the thing. Joe Biden's words back in June, when asked if he'd pardon Hunter, Biden gave an emphatic no. He even doubled down after the conviction, saying he'd respect the jury's decision. Well, he didn't. December rolled around and all those promises, poof, gone. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is consistency a thing of the past? The irony here is almost poetic. This is the same administration that's pushed gun control laws on everybody at every turn. Yet, when one of their own breaks those very laws, suddenly the rules don't apply anymore. And let's not forget the summer saga of Joe Biden weaponizing the DOJ against Donald Trump. The selective prosecution, the political lawfare, it's a pattern, guys. Even Donald Trump couldn't resist weighing in. On the campaign trail, he had hinted that he might have pardoned Hunter, too. But not without throwing in his trademark shade. Hunter's a bad boy, he said, but I happen to think it's very bad for the country. That's classic Trump, am I right? Thinking about the country before everything else. He's always been that way, despite what the left says about him. So what does this all mean? Is it loyalty, hypocrisy, a blatant misuse of power? Whatever it is, one thing's clear. This story is not over. It's just getting started. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with stories like this one. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Too many secrets, too many closed doors. We're sick to cover-ups. We're sick of the cover-ups. Want the truth and nothing more. The veil's been lifted, the jig is up. No more drinking the Kool-Aid from their poison cup. We want transparency, we want it now. No more excuses.